Probably quicker than anything.
My name is Manjo. I'm originally from Cameroon, country in sub-Saharan Africa, and I was born in a small village called Manjo in the littoral region of Cameroon. And Manjo it's a very interesting place. It's very underdeveloped because it's lacking a lot of basic necessities, a lot of basic infrastructures, quality hospitals, quality schooling. You have families traveling long distances to be able to get access to basic health care. You have kids stuck into school lacking basic learning tools, libraries, computers that, for example, children here in the United States have access to. There are a lot of kids that are not having quality time for studying or learning because they have to go on the field, for example, after class to help their parents with their agricultural works because they're agricultural families primarily. I've also seen a lot of kids dropping out of school because their families with very low income could not afford school fees, something that is equivalent to about $40 a year. And it's something that really frustrated me growing up and seeing that inequality, that sort of misery around me was really frustrating and forced me to set a goal to become someone tomorrow to be able to help those children. To me, it was very, very normal to experience that because you were basically born and raised into that. And deep inside, I somehow knew that if I wanted to make a difference in my family life, I needed to get out of there. That was not the place for me. And I think often with my sister, we will read a magazine about the United States and Western countries, which sort of allowed me to dream a little bit about what life outside of Manjo could be like. Down the line, around 2014, I had an opportunity to be able to move to the United States, and it was really hard making that decision because at the time I was basically in the process of completing my master's in one of the state universities. So I landed in New York in November 2014, and I was shocked by many things, but more precisely the sparking differences in basic infrastructures. When you look at New York, it's a very developed place compared to Manjo, and for the first few months, I kept asking myself, why? Like why exactly don't we have everything that I'm seeing here back home? Like, what is lacking? What prevents us to also experience this level of development? And it's something that pushed me to understand better the roots of poverty. My first 3 months in New York City were probably the hardest that I have ever experienced because I was living with my uncle. I basically didn't have a job. It was hard for me to communicate with people because I was speaking French. I lived on food stamp for a few months, but despite all those challenges, I never lost sight of the goal that I set for myself at a young age and the vision that I needed to accomplish. It took me about 3 months to be able to have a job in New York City, and it was a dishwasher job in Harlem, Manhattan. And it was really frustrating because it involved a lot of physical work, long hours. While working as a dishwasher, I was looking for a master's program. I needed to understand the root of poverty, the root of underdevelopment, and the one field that could allow me to do that was economics. So I told myself, I am this dishwashing job is not for me. I need to get out of there. And basically, I applied for master's degree. I got admitted into University of San Francisco. I left around August of the same year to start the master's degree in San Francisco, and it was an interesting experience. Hard in the beginning because of the language barriers, but I think it was really interesting because it fit everything that I had thought I needed. It was a 2 years master's program where we were trained technically and also with a lot of theory, so we had a good balance of everything that we needed to succeed and become good economists. I had the opportunity to travel for an internship in Rome, in Italy, for an organization called the Food and Agricultural Organization for the United Nations, which, coming from Manjo, felt like it felt surreal, because I never thought I could even intern for an organization like the United Nations. But after that successful internship, went back to California, finished my master's degree the second year, and I had the another opportunity to travel back to Africa to do field work, to train people in data collection, in to be able to collect data to understand better the problem of poverty, the problem of lack of productivity of farmers, and with the final goal to make policy recommendation, to produce research that will make policy recommendation and improve the life of the. Being organizing and being disciplined are very important to me, because I got that from a young age from my parents. It's so essential to me to have a daily routine, and that daily routine contributed a lot to accomplishing things, to be able to be focused, stay the course, and finishing especially the PhD program, and also even in the professional world, with all those internship and consultancies that I've had, they have helped me as well stay really organized and productive. My father was a primary school teacher. I always had that kid dream to become a teacher at the highest level, to teach at the highest level and educate others. Observing my environment and understanding that to practice at the highest level, I needed to have a higher level of education. And so I believe 8-9 months down the line, I decided to apply for different PhD programs, and I basically landed in the University of Minnesota. I was the only Black person in the program. I see myself as fortunate despite the hard work, but I also think there are so many kids back home that if given the opportunities that I have had, that have so much potential, now wasted, but if given the opportunities that I have had, will be able to achieve big in their life. Fast forward about, I would say like 4 years, I got done with a PhD. Yes, it involved a lot of struggle, challenges. It was not the smooth 4 years, but I made it.
Berenger to Messi Tiago.
I say
Ese mwanate, ese mwanate.